Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the channel. Now today I'm doing a video that I've been wanting to do for a little while now, and this is basically going to be beginner's guide to the dungeon boss fights in Throne and Liberty. Now if you've been playing the game over in Korea like myself already, this video is not for you. Feel free to give it a like and drop me a comment down below. It does helps the channel out. The support has been amazing so far, so I do thank you. But yeah, feel free to skip this video if you already know the mechanics, but this is basically aimed more towards people that are just jumping into the game, people that have just reached level 50 and they want to start exploring these dungeons, and they're not too sure on the boss fights. Because believe it or not, when you're looking for a party, a lot of people will always say in the chat, must know the mechanics, must know the mechanics. So this is for you guys and girls, and obviously for the players of you in the future that are playing global release. If you've never played the game, this is also for you. So anyway, I'm going to let the footage play, and then I'm going to explain what is happening, and then I will just let the fight play through. So anyway, if this is helpful to you, please let me know in the comment section down below, and I'm going to be doing this for every single level 50 dungeon. So stay tuned for those. Thank you. Right, let's go. So as you can see here, this is the final boss called Carnix. Now you have to make sure you obviously have the Trinity, you have the tank. The tank should always be facing the boss away from the party. Nothing new there. That is the traditional, MMO mechanics there. The tank should always be keeping the aggro to focus away from the DPS and the healer. Now the only things to really pay attention to on this boss is when he does this, you must block it. All of you need to block it, otherwise you're going to take a big bit of damage. And then in a few seconds you will see there will be, here, as you can see above my head here, there is a skull. Now when you have the skull above your head, you see these scythes. They will follow the two players with a skull over your head. Now this is important. Do not run through, you'll see in a minute, do not run through, let me just pause this here. Do not run through the middle of the map, because when you do that, you're basically going to damage everybody in your party. So what you should be doing is what I was doing, is run to the edge and try to run around the room clockwise. Now, obviously, if you're doing this with a pug, this doesn't always go to plan. Even if you tell them to run around clockwise, people with the skulls above their heads will still run through the middle of the map, which you'll see in a minute, because on the next phase of that happening, one of the other players is just running right through the middle, which is really, really frustrating. But anyway, the next part of the boss will be, you'll see this circle. Once the scythe stops spinning, it will pick a player and it will have a circle around them. Now, normally in MMO fights, as you know, you normally avoid the circle, but in this one, you need to be inside of the circle. So all of your teammates, all of your party members need to be in this circle. If you're not, you're going to die. And then again, as you can see, you must block and parry the attack. Then you just go back to doing a DPS check. Make sure that the tank is on point, the healer's got everyone topped up, and then you just pump the damage into Carnix. Just keep pumping the damage. Then it will go back to the scythe phase, which you'll see in a second. And then you'll also see what I was talking about earlier, where I said that sometimes you'll get players that will just run completely through the middle and they will drag the scythes through every single one of your teammates, which is not ideal. So yeah, it's a very simple boss fight, to be honest. As long as you block and parry the attacks, as long as, like I said here, you're not outside of the circle, and then as long as you don't kill everyone with the scythe. So as you can see here, these players with the scythes chasing them, they are running through the middle. Now, at the beginning it was 2, then it goes to 3 players. So there's more scythes on the field, basically. And yeah, that's basically it. So first phase, block and dodge the attack. When you get the skull above your head, try to run around the room in a clockwise fashion. And then when it finds the player, when it puts the circle around whatever player it chooses, make sure you run to the middle of the room and you stand in that circle so you don't die, and then just do DPS check, and then rinse and repeat. That is all you need to do. Very, very simple. It's quite a cool boss fight, but nothing too crazy on this one. So I'm going to leave it there. I'm going to let the remainder of the fight play out. I hope you've enjoyed this one. If it's been helpful for you, like I said, leave me a comment, and just like, share and subscribe, and I'll catch you soon with more guides. Take care. Peace.